Hi, dears. This is the second session on Azure DevOps deep dive. So, in the last session, we just go through an overview what it was and what all things that we have in Azure DevOps. Also, we just go through the portal as well. We took one template from Azure. So something like we know that there are a lot of things in the sense, there is Azure boards, Azure repos, Azure pipelines, Azure test plans, a lot of things over there. So today we will be mainly focusing on how to do a deployment. Mainly, we have we had a discussion on what is CI and CDs, continuous integration and continuous deployment. So today we will be mainly focusing on the other part, which means we have covered our theory part on the last session. So mainly we will be focusing on the hands-on part. So for that, I'll be starting with some kind of things first of all. So mainly we will be, I'll tell you what all things that we will be starting to do today. And if it's not finished today, we'll be, definitely we need another session too, because there is one component that we need to register now, and then it will be approved in 2-3 days, so that whenever you are getting into a new environment, you will be getting that. So that's why I just bringing that to in that. So let's start. So today our main goal is to we will provision an app service. Okay, app service. Do you know app service? App service is something like a PaaS solution that we have in Azure. Okay, applicate app service. So there are different kind of web app, static app, and different kind of things that we have over there. And and next thing is we will start creating pipelines. Okay, create pipeline. We will focus on YAML pipeline. That is the important one. So the structure, jobs, what are jobs, the structures, the stages, a lot of concepts are there. So that we will cover. And we will discuss about artifacts and all also. Okay, so we'll try to complete that configuring YAML file today. So two things. One is we will provision app service. Then we will go to that CI/CD. Okay. So is it clear?
Yeah, okay, sir. So, sir, I have a question. Like, so is this gonna be the next procedure? Like, so far, like we have done with that the Kubernetes part, right? So, is this gonna be the continuation of that, or this is a separate thing?
That is it is related to Kubernetes and all that we deployed in Azure Cloud, right? So here, what we are doing is like we will be provisioning an app service. We didn't create an app service yet, so we'll create an app service. So that will be in Azure Cloud, and we will create pipeline in Azure DevOps. Okay. So basically, the integration and all that kind of things will be discussed today.
Okay.
And we can't complete the entire process today because there is something that we need to configure and wait for some time. It is for just for initial purpose. Once we did that, then we can do it seamlessly, no issues. But when we are doing it first time, we will get something. Okay, I'll show you what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So first of all, Let me, I have an app service in place. I'll create one more. See, there are a lot of different options here. So I have one app service available, Guruschools. So I'll create one more. Okay, I'll mention Azure DevOps or something. So web app, static web app, there are different kind of settings that we have. So basically, either we can go with the static web app because it is like a static one, which is like it will not give you more changes or something. But in web app, it will be like, yeah, normally you can host websites and all with the help of app services. Okay. So the websites also web applications, all those things can be created with the help of web application. And web app plus database means, which means you may have some database in place so that you can configure web application along with the database itself, so that something you can manage some kind of websites will be having storing some data on database, right? So that kind of workloads can be leveraged on this web app plus web database, and also on WordPress on app services also. So here what we will do is we will be going with web app. Web app means it will be a little bit advanced than static web app, but it like everything is similar, but like some kind of configuration will be changed. But the most important one or the most frequently used one is web app, so that we will be going with the web app. Okay, so I'll click on this. Okay, now I'm creating a web app. So here, as usual, we need a resource group. So I'll create a resource group over here. Why I'm creating always a resource group is, as I said, but because once that lab is done, I can delete the entire resources by deleting the resource group. Otherwise, like it had to delete the resources that we created during the lab. So it will make some incur some cost, so that it's better to have in a new resource group whenever you are testing, you are creating some labs or something, testing out or something. Okay.
Okay. So, sir, basically, should we create a separate resource group for like every separate technology, like for the app service plan, separate resource group, and web app separate
No, no,
resource group, like that?
we will put everything in a single resource group. So
Okay.
as we know, we just following that way because it is easy to delete once the labs are done. So
Okay.
in industries in real time scenarios, it should be maybe the we will have an existing resource group. For example, I think I have one. Yeah, see, one resource group is there. So according to the
Okay.
requirement, you can do that. No issues on that.
Okay.
For a listeners, I creating one RG Azure DevOps test. Okay, I'm creating Azure DevOps Guruschools, or I'll put AZ. That is better. RGAC Guruschools. I created this resource group. Then one web app name. This is like, see, you can see one FQDN also. It's a one suffix is there. So whatever the name you put over here, it will be like that. That will be available as a website along with this domain. So that if, for example, if I'm trying AZ so it will check whether it's available, any duplication is there. Once the validation is done, what happens is you can access this website azguruschools.azurewebsite.net. So it will be available in publicly. Okay. So that's why this name is important. Whatever the name that we are getting, like we are using that along with that name, you need to add some domain, and then you can search for it in the public website. Okay, public internet, so that you will be able to get it. So here I put a name, and in publishing there are different ways to have. So static web app is like basically a simple steps. We don't need to think about a lot of things. It's like something, just a static one, which is like we had one web page for Azure DevOps, and we created one, right? Whenever we create a container, we just used it. We also created it in an Nginx server. It's like that, a simple one. There will not be anything extra or anything that we need to configure, but mainly it will be on code. So in code, what happens? We know, right? There are different kind of codes that we use to develop applications, right? We will use Python, Node.js, Java, .NET, lot of things, right? So while we go with the code, you will get an option like runtime stack, which means which language or in which runtime it's working. So we will get a lot of things. Yeah, .NET, Java, Node, PHP is there, Python. These much technologies are available here. If you are thinking, okay, I just want to go with it, another one, then what I can do is I can leverage it to the help of a container so that I can create a Docker image with that, and then from there I can like bring some containers in or something like that. So you can leverage on that. Today, what we will be discussing on, will be mainly focusing on the code part, so that it's basically a web app, which means, for example, we have an application running on Node.js, then we can leverage it like this. Okay, whether it's the runtime may be different, that's fine. That's up to us. So I'm just selecting Node for now, Node 18 LTS for now. Okay, and this operating system, definitely this is the underlying operating system, means the stack that we have. What happens is, here what happens is like, yeah, this runtime will be available in this OS. So we can go with the Linux or Windows. Yeah, it's better to have Linux in place in terms of costing and also in terms of managing. So I'm going with Linux. And the region we can select, okay, let it be East US for now, or I'll go with UAE North for now, because always we are using US now. So I just for a change, I tried it. And so that's the initial part. And then we'll come to the next part. Here we have app service plan. App service plan is something like a plan, which is like, we can say that it's actually the app service will be working according to a plan. Okay, so it is basically a pricing plan, and we can decide which pricing that we need. Okay, currently I think we have one. Okay, this is the existing one that I have, or we can create a new one. Okay, ASP is nothing but app service plan, and easy. Okay.
So we are creating this app service plan inside the web app, right?
Yeah, not inside a web application. While we creating a web app, we are creating it, or we can create it separately, like resource group. We can create resource group separately, right? Similarly, we can create a web service plan, no issues. But we don't need to go and create an app service plan. Then we need to come and create a. It's time consuming, right? Anyway, we are getting the same activity, right? So we are creating it right away. Like the similar as we created a resource group here now, like this. Otherwise, we need to go there and we can create a resource group, and then we can create, like, come here and create, like, select it. But it is like to avoid that kind of things. And basically, this pricing plan means actually how much CPU or RAM they need, how much core CPU they need, memory they need, that kind of thing. Stumps can be selected while we selecting a pricing plan, and make sure you are choosing the correct one, which means, so if you go to an exploring pricing plan, what happens is it will give you a list of available pricing plans. So there are some, it will offer some free services. You can see free, which is like 60 minutes per day. It's actually free for you, so that we can leverage that in this, if we are concerned about some cost and all, but it is not recommended to have something on free, because that's only, you can consider it's for lab only. And also, yeah, whenever you are considering this, according to a requirement, okay, there will be different kind of SKUs or pricing plans we can select. Here we can you can see premium is there, isolated is there, basic is there. So basically, the development or testing kind of things can be taken care on any of these, basic or free tier. Okay, and here I selected premium one, which is basically for protection. Why I choose premium is there is a term called slots actually. Okay, deployment slot. There is something called deployment slot. Okay. What is deployment slot is actually, yeah, I'll come to that later. Okay. So only in premium, actually, we will get this deployment slot. That's why I'm going with premium version. Okay. P3,
Okay.
P0, sorry.
Sir, for selecting any app service plan, or maybe like for selecting the memory size and hard disk, should we always ask with the like our team, like what should be the requirement, how much should be the space and all, or should we just go with our site?
No, for that, we can ask them, okay, what's the expected workloads, or what's the expected consume of the compute that is this application required, that we can ask. Mostly the developers
Okay.
will be able to, like, they know how it is responding, what's the best configuration that we need to set. Accordingly, that we can design. Okay.
Okay.
Why?
So I
Why?
mean, we have to talk with the developers, right?
Yeah,
For this.
developers, they will tell us, okay, this could be, because they are testing, like, all the developers or the testing team, they will be continuously testing that, right? So they can suggest us, okay, this much core CPUs it may need, and all. So
Okay.
yeah, that's the right way to find an exact service plan. Hmm?
Okay,
Because
sir.
otherwise it will be underrated, maybe it will be not enough, otherwise, like, it may be like what, it is overpriced also, like, they don't, they're now, like, there is no situation like they don't need this much a heavy one, maybe it's a basic or something is required. Okay, so do remember, if you need a slot or something, then you have to go with the protection, premium one. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going with the P0 V3. And then this is zone redundancy, which means currently I'm disabling it. The idea is like you can have this in different zones, which means if you're planning to have let's say an entire region, then you can think about enable the redundancy across the zone. Okay, so in that case also you can consider enable. So once you enable it, you will get at least 3 copy. Okay, the instance will be, the minimum app service plan will take 3 instances. Okay, because it will keep 1 copy in each zone. So that's what zone redundancy means. It's a part of high availability. Currently we are not leveraging on that, but if that is, they are concerned on that, you can enable it. If you enable it, like, it will, no, not much changes happens, but it will deploy one instance in each zone, which is in the same region, so that the availability will be high, and definitely the cost will also increase. Okay.
Okay.
So the
And
next,
also, sir,
yeah,
in this we have selected the East US as a zone, right? So should we select? I mean, for this app service plan, should we go with the location which we have, which earlier we have set in the cloud, like for in, I mean, by in VNet and all, we have chosen some um, uh, zone, right? For example, like
that's why see I selected UAE North here because always we are using US now. So let's consider this is we are creating a web app for a client who is in UAE. Okay, so the region base region will be UAE, no? So
yes,
to get an experience, better experience, go for the right region. Right region means the closest region they have. Okay, so accordingly,
no, I was asking.
got it?
No, I was asking if we have a client, for whom we have created the VNet and all, the virtual machines and all for him in the cloud, and then for this app service plan, should we select the same region as we selected there in the cloud, or I mean, it should be different? Doesn't matter. The zone.
That we can maybe. So the best practice is like most of the clients have some kind of region specifications, which means there are their own recommendations. For example, some of the client, like according to the organization or the client, they will be leveraging on some regions, either it in US or in Europe or in Asia. Somewhere they will be leveraging their workloads, right? So it's better to have that in that the same region, but also you can create it in a different region. It will work. Okay.
Okay.
There is no restrictions on regions, but what happens is if you think about a virtual network, you create a virtual network in East US and you are creating an app service in West US. Okay, then if you are thinking to bring that VNet to the West US, okay, from East US to West US, actually VNet will not support across region. Okay. But app services can be integrated with those VNet, no issues. But you can't bring one VNet from East US and you can put it in the West US. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's it. Okay. So the next database, here we are not going with the database for now. We'll be creating one kind of application, so that maybe we will be discussing, we'll later in this session or maybe in the next session. So I'm going with the deployment here. Continuous deployment we can leverage on GitHub or something. Currently we are focusing on Azure DevOps. So we are not enabling it. Otherwise, we can authorize the GitHub account and also that it can take those repositories and all from here and it can take that actions. Okay. So I'm not going with this. Let it be disabled for now. Networking. Yeah, we can make it as public. Actually, we need it public because that's how we need to test it. It will be exposed over the GDPS, and we can access with that domain that we have. Okay, so let it be like this. If we disable it, what happens is like we need to have some similar networks and all in a private network and all. So we don't need to think about it because mostly a web app will be published on our internet. So we are enabling this. Next is monitoring, that we don't need to do so because it will give you another cost. So I'm not enabling this for now. Tags and review and grade, let it check and it will give us that estimated image. Okay, this much amount it will take if it ran for a week or sorry, in a month. Validation is done. So subscription, resource group, name should be this. Okay, it's Node 18. Service plan, all those. Yeah, okay, it will have memory for GB 195. Okay, vCPU that we have. Okay, so this is fine. Let me create it. So we used Node, okay, Node 18. Let it create. Meanwhile, so Node JS 18 commands. Oh, there are a lot of.
So would it be up to us to select the Node.js, or I mean, it's a requirement?
Basically, okay, this is great. Yeah, it is like we will not tell them, okay, you just go with Node.js or just go with Java. We will not do. Normally, what happens? Normally, there will be an existing infrastructure and all things will be there. They will be doing it in on premises or something. They are leveraging. They are planning to leverage it on cloud. So they will have an existing system. They may try to bring it to the cloud. So either they may be leveraging on Node.js or maybe Java. Actually, it's up to them. We will select according to the requirement. Okay.
Okay.
If they have Node.js, we will go Node.js. If they have another Java, then we will go with that. See, we don't have any from our side, we will not compel them. But in terms of some kind of solutions, we can suggest, okay, if you are thinking to handling microservice architecture and if you have different services in a single application, we can leverage on AKS. Like those suggestions that we can give them. Okay.
Okay. If we have something in AKS, then we have to select the second option, the container, right?
See, if we have a lot of things, lot of containers has to be created, then we can go with AKS. No, right? Because we can create it, like that. So the solutions will be finalized only after considering the requirement. The requirement has come from the company, the developers, all the engineering team that they have.
Yes.
Okay.
But if the requirement is for the AKS, then should we select container in this web app?
That's up to us, right? Because whether we need to deploy everything on AKS itself, or we can create containerized application with the help of image, we can create a web app also. We can go with the AKS also, we can go with the web app also. Okay. We will have that image running, right? So that from that image running, where we can deploy it to web app, or we can go for AKS.
Okay, sir.
So it's AC Guruschools is available. So whenever you see here, you have browse, start, swap, restart, a lot of things are there. Let's wait for some time. Okay, you have one default domain. Okay, let me click on browse. Okay, so AC Guruschools Azure websites.net. Your web app is running and waiting for your content, which means we have this is a basic skeleton or something that like Nginx. While we created Nginx, they give us the default page, right? And what it was, we bring it up a different index file and it change. So this is the default one, and it seems our application is running. Okay. So we have stop, restart, and all. So if you are thinking to restart, do one thing: stop the service and start. Okay. Instead of restarting, that will be better. Restarting is also fine, but the best practice is to stop and start. Okay. And one swap is there. I'll come to that later, maybe on the next session, because let's see how long it will go. Okay. So we created this. So we have our app service ready. Next slide will be going to build a pipeline using YAML. Okay. So for that, actually, we require, let's say, basically we are not developers, right? We will not be developing applications. So we don't know where it is, or we don't know where they have kept their code and all. So for that purpose, what I'm doing is I'll be referring some code, means some from some YouTube, means YouTube clone or some project. Okay, basically I need to bring it up in my app service. That's it. So let me check something is there. I'm just taking one application. Okay, this is one application. Okay, this is like one deploy, one YouTube clone actually. Okay. Can you hear me?
It's a YouTube application.
Yeah, simple YouTube application. It is coded by someone else. Actually, we don't care.
Okay.
We are just referring this.
It's just an application. Okay.
Yeah, it's an application. For example, this is our development team. Okay, our development team. These are our software development team. They have updated the application code in their GitHub repository. Let it be like that. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, what we are doing is we will going to code and then we will clone this. Clone means we will clone it to our local repo. Okay. So we can open any of this this thing editor, but I am going with Visual Studio Code. Okay.
Okay.
And yes. Okay, I'm here. So what I'm doing is I'll open a folder. In desktop, I'll create one folder called new.
So are we creating a folder in a local machine, right?
Yeah, I'm creating it my desktop. Okay, I just created the selected folder. Okay. So that folder will be available here. And now what I'm going to do is I will clone it. Okay, I'll clone it to this folder. So I will click on terminal and new terminal. So it will give the same kind of this kind of what we will take it this kind of command prompts, right? We used for the SSH and all. Similar kind of terminal we will get from here. So I'm using here this one here for now. And actually what I need to clone it. So clone means there is one command git clone. Okay, git clone, it will clone the repo, means it will give a copy in our local. Git clone. Okay, this is a command. So git clone, and I need to copy this link also. Okay, make sure that you are copying this HTTPS link. Okay, I just selected and I'm just pasting it on enter. It will clone. Okay, loaded. Okay, fine. So ls. Okay, I have YouTube clone folder available here. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see YouTube clone over here. And if you go to if you go to desktop, Guruschools, see it is here. Okay, lot of files and all. So all those files from the developer team. That's available in my local machine for now.
Okay.
Now, like what I'm doing is I'll be just editing this. Making like this is a readme file, no like meaning.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, for just
Understood.
understanding, you just
Yes,
typing it.
yes. This is a readme dot. So then the next thing is we will go to the Azure DevOps portal. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I have one Azure DevOps portal. So here I have one file. I will delete this. Okay. And I'll create another one. Let me delete this for now. Delete. Okay, I'll not delete this because I need to show you some. No, let it be. I'll create another project, okay, because I need to show you something in this. That's why let it be. Okay, so this is my organization. I'm creating a new project. So you can see that there is new project option. So click on new project. It will ask you, okay, project name. So I'll put clone YT. Okay. YouTube clone. That's it. It's a private one. Just create it. It will give you a lot of options. Let it be like this. Create. Okay. It will go give this window. From here, actually, we need to click on repos. So it will ask you, okay, if you have an existing repository from your command line, what we can do, we can push that code to this repository. Okay. So actually we have one repo available in our local, right? We can bring it to this repo. Are you following?
Which repo, sir? Which repo, sir?
Yeah, actually we clone one, right? We have this available in our this thing, our local, right? This is in our local.
Yeah.
So I'm planning to bring it to this Azure repo.
Okay. Okay.
So that means push. We are pushing that port. So there is one option. This is the command line that we can use to push. So what I'll do is I'll copy it. Okay, copy the entire command, and I will.
Is this Linux, sir?
No, this is PowerShell. PS you can see now, PowerShell.
Okay.
Second. Okay. Okay, so we have this in clone. Then what we need to do is we need to copy paste the code, paste. Okay, before that we need to init the git. Okay, there is one git command, git init.
Means push.
Yeah, git init. Git init means we are initializing it over here. And let me paste it. Paste that command once again. Let me copy that command once again. I'll put it over here. Okay. And okay, let me check whether it is available or not. Okay, it's not reflected. Git remove git remove origin. Let me try to this. Give me a second. Some error I am getting. Let me check what it is. It cannot show origin. Let me check where it is actually. Okay, remote origin, it is correct. I think let me check whether it is available or not. Okay. I got it. Why I am getting this? See, currently I am in Guruschools folder. Okay.
Yes.
But we have one another folder called YouTube clone. Okay, we cloned it, right?
Yeah, you just created a folder, right?
Yeah. Actually, that automatically creates that folder. That's why. So YouTube clone is there. So I'll get into that and then I'll run this. Okay.
Okay. So means in your local system, like you have the YouTube clone file in that folder, right? The YouTube clone.
Sorry. What are you doing?
So this YouTube clone, is it a folder which we have in the local system?
Yeah. See, once I clone, what happens is it creates. See, I created Guruschools folder, right?
Yes.
Inside that, YouTube clone is
YouTube
automatically
clone.
created. I didn't create
Okay.
it. Okay. So we were trying to like push all these things from this folder. Actually, there is one another folder. This one we need to
Yeah.
push actually, right? So that's the
Right.
issue. So that was the mistake. So see, currently I am in YouTube clone, and this repo is like it is currently accessing to that repo that we used, right? This is different one. Okay. Actually, we need to make it as this one. Okay, that Azure one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. For that, what we need to do is we need to perform git remove origin, which means the origin will be removed. Currently, it is fetch and push is here. So we will remove this and we will list once again. See, git remote show origin. So nothing is there. Okay. This repo is removed. Then what we need to do is we need to run that two commands. Actually, these are the two commands that we are getting from that portal, Azure DevOps portal. Okay. First one is this command. And the second one is this command. If you see here, see, right? First command and second command.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm just running that once again. Let me run the first one, git remote add. Okay, this is for adding the remote as our Azure DevOps. Okay, that is added. Then what is the next command? Git push u minus origin. Okay, I have this in place. I think, yeah, here I have. Let me copy it and paste it.
Okay.
See, now it is uploaded. Okay.
Okay.
You need
So
to check
that
whether
folder,
it is available.
that folder file is in now repo now.
Yeah, that file is available here.
Okay.
See, all that file replicated over here.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We just push from local system to in
Yes,
repo.
yes. And what I'm doing is actually, okay, I just save it. Okay. This is to just update.
This is the Visual Studio, right?
Visual Studio Code.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that file will be available here. I will stage it. And commit and push. I just updated that. That's it. Okay. So this is nothing else. So we have that repo available in our Azure repos. Okay. Now what we need to do is actually we need to create that pipeline. So let's say currently what was done, like that code was in GitHub because our developers are pushing their updates and all into GitHub. Okay. Now we bring it up to Azure repos. They can also push the latest updates to the Azure repos also. That's also fine. Okay. It will also act as similar kind of GitHub. Okay.
Okay.
So next thing is actually everything is in place. We have all things available here. What we can do is like we can create a pipeline here from here. Okay. For that actually
But sir, we haven't deal with the GitHub yet, right?
Sorry?
I mean, we didn't deal with the GitHub, right? I mean, we just get a YouTube clone and we save that file.
What we did was we just clone the repo, means we just take a copy from them and we put it in the local. From the local, we just pushed it to Azure DevOps. Azure repos. Okay. So eventually our requirement is this code to be available in the Azure repos. That's it.
Yes.
So here we have that
GitHub, right?
Sorry?
So I mean, you just said GitHub, so that's why I just got confused.
Okay. Actually, this is the code from GitHub now because the code is there. From there, we just added to our local. Then from there, we pushed it to Azure repo.
Oh, okay. So basically, we get all those files from the GitHub itself. I mean, YouTube clone is a GitHub. Okay.
Yeah, this is a GitHub. See, this is a GitHub.
Okay. It's a GitHub file.
Yeah, I just take it from. data.
So are we always going to get the GitHub file only, or would it be like any other
Yeah, I
files
can
or
say that.
any other application?
Azure repo is similar to GitHub. Okay, you can manage code over there. Currently, we are creating a new organization. We don't have any codes available in our Azure repo. That's why we taken from someone else.
Okay.
In GitHub, like we will get a lot of code, right? One of the code we take.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. It's a random code.
Okay, got it?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's just a random code, right?
Yeah, random code means you can search for example, GitHub, Netflix, clone, React. Okay, it will give you something.
Okay.
You can get, okay, I'm thinking, okay, I'll take this. Then, okay, I'll click on this. Okay, I'll get this code like this. That's it.
Okay. But sir, in the real-time scenario in the companies, would they provide us the clone file or?
No. In that real time, what happens is either they may be using GitHub. Okay, so there this thing code and all things will be available here. So we can go this and we can clone it. Okay. Other ways, like maybe they will be using Azure repos, which means you will have files available already here. You don't need to go anywhere. Okay. Or maybe the people that they will be using Bitbucket, which is like similar, like you can have different version control system. That's it.
Like GitHub. Okay.
Yeah, so you can bring it from there also. The idea is like either you need to you may have Azure repo or whatever. The code must be here. Otherwise, what we need to do is we need to go with that one. If, for example, here we are creating pipelines in Azure repos, right?
Yes, sir.
So we basically use this repo to create pipelines.
Yes, sir.
Or if, let's say, in GitHub there are Git actions to create pipelines. For Bitbucket, there is also a different for creating pipelines. They have their own solutions. Here we are using Azure repos. So to create pipelines with the help of Azure repo, we need Azure pipelines.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll be starting creating Azure pipelines. So it will ask to create pipeline. Okay, I'll create. So it will give me where is your code residing. See, we can take it from these much areas: GitHub, Bitbucket. I told you, no?
Yeah.
So we will go with Azure repos.
Azure repos. Okay.
Okay. So this means even if we have some codes in any of these repo, we can create pipelines here. That's what it is meaning.
Okay.
Okay, do you get that?
Yeah, then, even though if we have files from GitHub or Bitbucket, but still we can
create pipelines over here.
Yeah, in Azure repos.
Yes, in Azure. So currently we have that files available in Azure repos that we are using that.
Okay.
So I'll select this, and this is the repo that have clone YT. So I'll select this, and it is asking, okay, configure your pipeline. So actually we can select any of these like Node.js, Express or something that we can select. But for a learning purpose, I'll go with the starter pipeline so that you will be able to understand what all jobs and all is there. Otherwise, it will be hard to understand because it will give by default a lot of jobs and all.
Okay.
So I'll click starter pipeline. Okay, there are some steps. Let it be. We'll not consider this for now. Okay. And give me a second. Okay. So actually, we need to mention few things. Few things in the sense. So our code is in main. Okay. So that we will mention as a trigger. There are different kind of triggers. Actually, we can mention whenever an update is available in a trigger, we can we can mention that okay, if someone updated the code, then they can like trigger these pipelines. Or we can mention okay, just trigger in every schedule, which means okay, every Sunday you need to run this, trigger this pipeline. Like that, we can have different kind of schedulers in pipelines. Okay. So the basic standard is like the whenever they are pushing some updated code, we will trigger this pipeline. Okay. For that purpose, actually, this trigger is using. And
so main file.
Yeah, main.
Okay.
Okay. And we may have different branches as well. This is the main branch. We only have one main branch. So that's why we used it main. For example, if we have one branch called feature in clone YT, then we can mention feature also. We can mention, we remove main and we can put feature if we need it. Okay.
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 Just for the future purpose.
Yeah, like maybe see there may be updates happening in a different branch. So we are thinking, okay, we need to create a pipeline according to that branch, then we can put that branch name here.
Okay.
It is basically a trigger. Okay, when like how that this pipeline has to be triggered.
Okay.
So this means whenever an update is happening in main branch, it will trigger the pipeline.
Okay.
And okay, so next is pool, and yeah, I'll give you one another thing. So these are the ways. Once we have the code, we will create the YAML file, or we will push it and create the YAML file. Either is fine. Okay. Then we will use this Azure pipelines and deploy it to the target. Here we have target as what? We have web app, right? We have web app. So that's so we are planning to deploy it to the web app. We created one web app now.
Yes.
So it was like that, and this one. And there is one concept called, yeah, I'll explain that too. Second. Okay, then I can explain. Okay. So here what we have, right? This is the trigger that I mentioned. Okay. So once we have that trigger in place. So once we have that trigger in place, the pipeline we can have in multiple stages. Okay. For example, we can have one build. We can also have something like install or something or deploy. Okay, we have one build. Also, we can have a different stage code deploy, or we can test. Like this, different stages can be configured in a pipeline. Okay.
Okay.
And in each stage, for example, in build stage, it will be running in an agent. Okay. Either there will be like agent or agentless. That's up to the task, the stage actually. But basically, it will be performed on an agent. Agent means there will be two kind of agents. One is Microsoft hosted, and other is self-hosted. Okay.
Okay.
The Microsoft hosted is like it's a shared one, which is provided by Microsoft. So Microsoft will take care of it. Self-hosted is something like a VM that we have deployed in our Azure, and we can used as a agent. Okay, so we can run the pipelines and all using that. Okay, so basically the stages is build, deploy, test. All this can be like these are different stages. For example, in build stage, we can perform it in an agent. Okay, like this we may have different stages, no? So different agents will be there. Maybe build is taken in agent 1, deploy is taken care in agent 2, like that. Okay. And inside that job, actually there will be different steps and all. There may be tasks that we need to perform. For example, we need to publish an artifact. Artifact means it's a package of all the components related to that. Or maybe we will be performing, for example, if it is in Node.js, npm install is the code to install Node.js. Okay. Also npm build kind of code is there to build it. So that is actually that language dependent. We have Java run, Java C, like that. Okay. So there will be different code according to that. So this code can be collected from the developers, how they are running that codes, or the like how they are running, how they are installing packages, how they are building, and all those things can be collected from them. Okay.
So where are we going to put that push that code, sir?
Yeah, that I will tell you. Artifact. So that I tell you. So all these things. So see, in a pipeline we will have multiple stage. For example, we have build. In build, that build will be taken care in an agent, whether it's a Linux or Windows agent. It's an agent means a virtual machine. That's it. Okay. That virtual machine either will be from Microsoft or will be from ourselves itself. Okay, we just created it. If it's Microsoft, then it will be a shared one, so that data once that is the process is done, it will go. Okay. So basically, this stage, build stage will be run in a VM, which is called an agent. We have two options: self-hosted or Microsoft hosted. And in each VM, we have to perform different tasks. Okay, for example, we need to copy some file, or we need to run some command, or we need to publish something, or we need to install something. All these things are task, okay, or maybe
inside a VM.
Okay, got it. Yeah, inside a VM. So the inside the agent we can call, which means inside an VM itself. Okay.
Okay. But also, sir, you said like the main or something for the trigger, right? So is it the I mean, build, deploy, test is the pipeline name. A pipeline.
The trigger is the
Like
one. Trigger is the one that will trigger the pipeline. For example, we have one repo. Someone is updating that repo, then it will trigger.
okay.
Or maybe we are saying, okay, weekdays on every Mondays, just run this. Then that is also triggered. It's a trigger. So different kind of triggers, you know.
So is it a stage of the repository? Like in like a pipeline, we have three stages, right? Build, deploy, and test. So is it like a stage of the repository, like the trigger main repository or something?
Trigger is basically it will tells a pipeline to run. That's it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
And this is the end. Actually, this is the entire pipeline. This is called a pipeline. Okay. So we will mention all these things in a pipeline with the help of a YAML file. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Got it.
Yes, sir.
We got the idea what
Got
all
it.
things we have. Pipeline. In a pipeline, there will be, when we consider a pipeline, we will have multiple stages. So in that stages, there may be agents that will be run. So in each job will be run in an agent. Also, there
Yes.
will be some task or scripts that is associated with that job. To complete that job, we need to run a task or script or something. That's it.
So that means, let's say if we are in a build pipeline, so we got like the agent, and in that agent we have, I mean, virtual machine, and we will be having like the next step like script and task step in it. So are we going to have the same thing in the deployment pipeline and the test pipeline, the same procedure,
Yeah,
like
we will
different
be
virtual
creating a
machines? No?
pipeline. Okay, we will create a pipeline, and in that we will mention, okay, I do have two stages, which means I have build, okay, I have deploy. I have these two stages. In build, actually, I need an agent, Ubuntu, okay, Ubuntu as an agent. Okay, so it will use Ubuntu VM. Okay,
Okay, okay,
and inside that VM, what I need to do, I need to do some jobs. Okay, I need to
okay,
do some jobs. What kind of jobs? Okay, npm install. Okay, or
okay,
I need to build artifacts. Artifacts means a folder which combines all those packages and all, or copy something like that. I do have these kind of jobs. So I will list down, okay, first this, second this, third this. I will list down the jobs. Once it is finished,
okay.
then I will mention, okay, deploy. I need to use it Ubuntu agent. Okay. In that, I have some jobs. One is, okay, I need to, here we build an artifact, right?
Yes, sir.
So I need to use an artifact. Okay. So I'll use an artifact. I need to use an artifact. Then what I need to do? I need to deploy to web app, right?
Okay. So
So
we're pushing it.
yeah, like update, pushing that update to that web application. So basically
So
here Ubuntu, this VM is different, this VM is different. Both are different.
okay, okay,
Okay. If we have a VM which is acting as a self-hosted, we can mention that. That's also not fine. Like that's fine. No issues on that.
okay.
Did you got the idea?
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay. Yeah. Now what we'll do? We will go to the pipeline. We have this pipeline. No. Okay. So see, pool VM image Ubuntu. This is the pool that we are like. We will be using Ubuntu latest here. So this will be the
Okay.
agent. Do you get that?
Yeah, Ubuntu is an agent.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
this
we will
virtual
be
machine.
performing this task in this image like that. Did you get it?
So is it a self-hosted or the Microsoft?
By default, it's a Microsoft hosted.
Microsoft. And
If
sir,
we,
are we in the build pipeline?
yeah, this is the pipeline. We will do build and deploy in a single pipeline. So we will have what? We will have 2 stages,
Okay, okay.
which means I have build stage and deploy stage. If I have only
Yes.
one stage, then either build or deploy. You get it?
Yeah, we have together in the single pipeline, build and deploy
Yes,
as well.
yes. And here what I'm doing is I'll create a new file. This is for, I'm not saving it anywhere, but for example, pipeline dot YAML. Okay, YAML. Okay. So, okay, or we can create it here also. No issues on that. Okay, I'm deleting this for now, and I'll mention. Okay. So we have trigger in place, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what we have stages, right? We have stages.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll mention stage name. What is the stage name? One is build, right?
Yes. Build stage.
Okay. Then what I need to do? I need to mention the job. What is the job? Job. What is job? Job is to build.
Okay.
Okay, job is to build. If I have multiple jobs, okay, what I need to do? I need to mention a superset, which is called what jobs. Okay, is this fine? So I have different stages. So one stage, I will use stage build. So I have some jobs. So I'll mention, okay, job build. Okay, for job build. Yeah, any question?
Uh, the VM name, I guess.
Yeah, now I need to mention what? Pool. What pool? Which means I'm thinking about. And
So this is the Node.json coding, right?
no, this is not just coding. This is only we are mentioning what all steps we need to perform.
So it's not a coding.
This is not a coding. This is only creating a pipeline. We are mentioning, okay, do this kind of jobs. That's it.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So we have job, build, then pool. We need to mention the pool. What is the pool? We have. Okay, I am mentioning. I have what we need to like align with the proper this thing. No, VM image. VM image. What is the VM image? Ubuntu latest. Okay, so it will take the latest Ubuntu version. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, I need to the stage name is built. Okay, job is built, and the image is Ubuntu latest. Here we have some steps. Okay, we have some steps in place. One is I'm mentioning some task. Okay, task. Okay, before that I can show you something. So these are stages now. Stage build. Similarly, I'll have another stage called what?
Deployment stage.
Deployment. Yeah. deploy. So job is deploy. You need to check the intent, okay? Otherwise, it will make issues. So stages is
Yeah,
okay. That's fine.
the
Okay.
alignment is very
Yeah,
necessary.
yeah. Yes. We need to make sure that it is on the right alignment. Okay. Now, what we need to do? Actually, we have some steps. Okay. Steps. We have some steps means I need to. Yeah. I need to perform some task. Okay. Two tasks I need to perform. One is installing the npm, which means it's a part of Node.js. npm install I need to run. Also,
Okay.
I need to run build. Okay. Two things I need to do. Got it?
Yes.
For that, you can go for show assistant. Okay. Click on show assistant and search it for npm. Okay. Then it will give you npm. So install and publish npm packages. You can use it. Okay. So I'm selecting it. It will ask what command you need to run. First of all, I need to install, right? So,
Yes. So we are installing npm.
Yeah, npm install. Actually, that is a command that we need to run to build a Node.js application.
Okay.
Okay, so the first command is npm install. So I just search for npm here and select it from here. And okay, we will have different options: CI, install, publish, and all. Okay, first of all, I need to perform this. So install is fine. And working folder package. Where is this package.json is situated? Actually, package nodes. Okay, it's already in the current folder itself, right? Package.json.
Yes.
So we don't need to mention anything because it is already available in the same folder. We don't need to mention anything. Package.json is already. Do you have confused? Package.json is available in the same folder. We don't need to mention anything then.
It came by default, right?
Yeah, because it's if that file is inside any folder, then we need to mention the path. Here it is already default available there, so we don't need to mention anything. Then I will click add. What happens? It added one task, right? See, by default it is created. Task npm inputs command is install. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So first task is to install. Okay, then what I will do? I need to do another step also. I need to run build. So for that, I'll use once again npm. Here I need to use custom because run is not there, right? Run build is not there.
Yes.
So I'll select custom and I will mention the custom command because the packaging is already available there. So I'll mention run run build. Okay. Add. So it added one more task. Correct. Do you get that idea?
Yes, basically we are just getting the commands from them. And
yeah, it is like we that are the tasks that we need to perform. So this stage is entirely for building, and we are using Ubuntu OS. The tasks are, first of all, we need to perform an install. Then we need to run the build. Okay. Once this is done, then we need to create a artifact, which means all these are created and all, then we need to make it available as a folder or something, as a package or something. Okay. For that purpose, actually, we need another task, that is artifact. Okay. Artifact. Okay. So you can search for either for artifacts or publish artifact. See, publish build artifact. Okay. What happens is once that in this VM, npm will, okay, I'll tell you. Here what happens is, okay, in this VM, first of all, npm install will run. Okay. After this, npm build will run, right? npm run build. Then second task, what it was, npm run build will run, correct?
Yes.
Third is once these are available, so it is builded, then it will be builded into, like, the build is available in a folder. So what we'll do, we will publish this, which means we will export this. To export this, we will use what command? We will use build artifact. Okay. Got it?
Okay.
So the main idea is
for running.
from
got it.
this
So for
VM, we need this folder. That's it. Why we need this folder? Actually, the deployment task is performed in another VM. Okay. So
yes.
we need this packages to deploy. So what we will do in the first VM, we will export it, and in the second VM, we will do what? We will download it. Got it?
Okay. Okay. So we are sending from one VM to another VM.
Another VM, exactly.
Okay.
So now, okay, run build is available. Then what we need to do? Publish an artifact. So I'll click this. Artifact name drop. Yeah, let it be like that because we don't need to change it, because this will be the by default directory. Let it be. Okay.
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 Okay, sir.
Or there is another way, like we can change. For example, if we are thinking like we don't need to have a, we are thinking, okay, we need a separate path, then we can mention that over here also. Okay. So then we can add that name will be drop. Our artifact name will be drop.
Okay.
Then add. Okay, make sure that intent is correct. Let me make it correct. Imports. Okay, all good. So till here it is fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Now next is deploy. In deploy, actually, same way, we need to download the artifact. We have an artifact available. So we need to mention another steps, right? Steps.
Here we have to bring that artifact from build to here, right?
Yes. Here we will do one thing. We will download build artifact. Okay. Current build artifact name is what? We have one name, right? Drop. That is what the name, right? Because we use artifact name as drop. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Add. So it is added as a step. Download artifact. Okay, it will take. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the next thing is what? We need to deploy to Azure App Service, right? because we have that web app, right? Web app. So
yeah, we have to push to web app.
yeah, we need to deploy it. So let me select it. Okay, subscription. I have one subscription available. So it will give you, there are a lot of subscriptions actually. I can select one. Okay. I need to click on authorize.
So how do you know like which subscription we have to select?
Yeah, I'll come to that. I will come to that. Yeah, I'll come to that. Okay. Okay. I forgot to do one thing. Actually, it is authorized because that is automatically integrated. Okay. To my account, actually, the subscription is already there. That's why it is authorized. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll select web app. We created application on Linux, right?
Yes.
This was Linux, I think, running
Yeah, it
Linux.
was in Linux.
Okay, Linux.
Yes.
So we will web app on Linux and we will list out. Okay, we have two. This is the
AZ-GURU, yeah, we have created that
AZ.
app service pack.
Yeah, so AZ1. And we will not select this one. We will select it later in the next session or something.
Okay.
And the runtime stack, actually we need to select static side. Okay, this one.
Okay.
And yeah, this is it. That's it. Then we need to add it. So it will add a task like this. We need to proper align it. See, it is available. Okay. So what we can do is like, now we can let it save and run. Okay.
Okay.
Save and run. See, you can see two stages. Okay.
Build and deploy.
Yeah, build and deploy, because we have two stages, no? Build and deploy.
Yes.
We got one error. See, what is the error? No hosted parallelism is purchased. Okay. This is what I told you. From here, what we need to do, definitely you will also get this error when you are doing. So what you need to do is you need to copy this URL. Okay.
Okay.
And paste it. And we need to fill it out. What's your name? What's your email address? What is the organization name? Organization name means you can see this. No, this is the organization name, not the project name. This is project name. You will create one now. At that time, you will get one organization name. Okay, put that organization name over here. And then just mention what kind of project it is. Normally, it will be private. If you have public, then mention it. Otherwise, private.
Okay. So is it gonna? So is it gonna become on the job site as well? Like while working on the projects. I mean the same thing. I mean, does this page gonna come on the job site as well? I mean, in the companies when we will be working there.
So whenever we are doing it in the first time, only on first time.
Okay.
Then it will not come. Okay. So, because this will be running where in an agent, right?
Yes.
So for that, actually, we need this. Otherwise, we need to run a VM in Azure Cloud, and then we need to onboard it here. Then we need to run our jobs in that self-hosted one.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, this is fine. Like you can go for Microsoft Agent, no issues. So ideally, this is how we will be creating pipelines, and we will get this issue so that we can, like once it is applied, I think 2-3 days it will take.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and you can check after a day or something. Normally, it will be updated after a day or in two. It will not go much, but yeah, we can't assure. They are saying two to three. Maybe it will give, like they will provide it in a day itself.
Okay. And what would be the outcome, sir,
Outcome
after this?
means outcome means the here there is no agents available from Microsoft. So we will get a free, okay, free claim. We will get a free option to use that. So we need to request that. That's it.
Okay.
For every Azure DevOps, you will get free agent. Okay. One free
Okay.
agent you will get, but for that you need to request. That's it.
Okay. Means virtual machine.
Yeah, basically a virtual machine, but it is shared by Azure. We can't manage that. They will be managing that. Azure will be managing that. If we are
Okay.
thinking
Okay.
we need to manage that, then we need to create a VM and we need to onboard it here.
Okay. Okay.
Got it?
Okay. And that would be the self-hosted, right?
Yeah, that should be a self-hosted. If we are managing that, then that will be self-hosted. Otherwise, it will be Microsoft hosted.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir, got it. So after it get approved, and so would we be able to access the web app?
Once it is approved, the tasks we mentioned, in this pipeline, no, it will be taken
Yes.
care. And once it is done, we can see that application is replicated, like deployed here. Actually, there
Okay,
is
so
two
once
more
we
configuration that we need to do, but it will be available. So that YouTube clone will be available here. Instead of this
okay,
page, we will get that YouTube kind of thing. Got it?
okay, sir.
Yeah, here we are getting that what default template now. Instead
Yes, sir.
of this, yeah, what we have available here, it will be taken, like it will be available here in that website.
Okay, okay. Same thing as we were doing in the YAML thing, right? Uh, so we were, I mean, in the Nginx, we were like actually doing some changes, by
Yeah, in
putting the
Nginx,
HTML
we
file.
we have that base a default page and we changed it to
Yeah,
some other, right. Here, what we are
yeah,
doing is a YouTube clone, something working similar as YouTube. That's what we are trying.
yeah. That's what I got it.
Okay. So that's it for today. So just try it out and put the request so that it will be approved and you can run the jobs.
Okay,
Okay.
sir, definitely.
So ideally, the pipeline is like performing multiple jobs in this kind of way. Either we have multiple deploy, maybe test also, testing also can be done. Okay. This is
Okay,
how it is like managed. In a pipeline, we'll be having multiple stage in each stage. We will be performing the jobs. That jobs will be happened in an agent, and in a job we will have multiple tasks or maybe multiple script to perform or something.
okay. So, sir, I mean, firstly, like we have selected the code, right? In the initially, we have while creating a web app, we selected the code option, and beside that, we were having the container option as well, right?
Currently we use code, right?
Code. So let's say if we select the container, so what would be the difference in that?
Yeah, in that normally for container, then 1 second. Okay, in that case, we will use container for that actually. Means instead of using this Python or whatever, there will be custom one. So that custom things will be taken care, like it will be consumed as a container. Okay, so with the help of that container, the application will start.
Okay.
Okay, if we have a running container, we can deploy it to a web app. That's it.
Okay. So my question was, so in Kubernetes and all, we would be having like a container and all.
Okay.
I mean, Docker is a self-container, but in Kubernetes, like we are actually like managing those container and all. So is it like while creating this web app, if we select that container option, is it that we have to like pull those Kubernetes containers over here? Is it like this?
Okay. So managing app services is more easier than AKS. Okay. Also, it is a different kind of solution that Azure offers.
Okay, it's a different thing, and AKS is a different thing, and this web app is a different thing.
Obviously. Yes. This is a platform as a service. So you can leverage your website and different kind of things using this. Create web mobile applications also like that. Because in a case, actually, we will be containerizing all those things, all that application, all that fine, and then here we will be directly deploying that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple process. It's a simple process, and there, like, the process is lengthy. Like, we will be having like a virtual machine.
Yes.
The process is lengthy there.
Yeah. So according to the requirement, we can decide whether they need to go with something. With both of these, we can deploy websites and all. No issues. Application and all we can deploy, but it's up to us. Like as actually, if we have a simple one, we don't need to go to AKS because there we need to perform a lot of tasks. We don't need to go for it. We can use it in Azure App Service. Web app or something.
So if we get a requirement, hey, we have to create a container in Docker, so we have to go with that. If the requirement is, hey, we have to go with AKS, so AKS is the option. And if they say like we have to go with the web app, like the app service plan, so this is the option.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now got it. So now clarified.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks once again.